Since the beginning of Hytale's announcement, the Hypixel Studios website has always been under construction, looming above us as we await the fresh revamp. Well, today's the day, as the Hytale team dropped us a colossal of new things to cover for today. We've got some breaking news. Hytale, or more importantly, Hypixel Studios recently revamped their entire website, and man, it is breathtaking. Not only does it look great, but the website comments a ton of their visions for Hytale and so much more. Without further ado, my name is Jamble. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Alright, starting off looking at the website, we are met with their landing page, and it is really good. There's this absolutely amazing animation of Gaia holding Orbis. In front of it, we can see their logo as well, as a message, our mission, empowering players. I absolutely love how they are putting creativity first and allowing players to create this content, which will fuel the game for years to come. Alright, before I go off onto another tangent, let's scroll down a bit. The first section we're met with is all about the team. The team says, "We are a team of passionate, self-driven game developers from a diverse set of backgrounds. The Hypixel Studios team is a mix of modders, indies, and industry veterans committed to the goal of creating the world's most empowered gaming communities. Although the company is headquartered in Derry, Londonderry, Northern Ireland, we operate a remote-first model, and our team members contribute from all over the world." So okay guys, a lot of this stuff we've already heard before, but it's really nice to see that it's been put out on a fleshed out website, and this could be really interesting, as what we could see is many things coming up from this. The fact that they put time together to make a website is really showing that something with Hytale's production is really speeding up. The next section is of course dedicated to Hytale, saying, "We are currently working on Hytale, a block game that combines the scope of a sandbox with the depth of role-playing games, immersing players in a procedurally generated world where T-twin towers and deep dungeons promise rich rewards. Designed with creative players in mind, Hytale's engine supports everything from block-by-block castle construction to scripting and customization, delivered using easy-to-use and powerful tools." Then they have a find out more section, which we'll cover later on in the video, but first let's us finish up this page. Alright, the next section is finally highlighting their jobs and how they're actively looking for new positions. Here's what they have to say. "We're looking for applicants who are self-driven but players first, and that have a history of making cool stuff. In return, we can offer the flexibility of remote working in an environment that values and supports individual creativity and passion and believes in fostering new talent. We recognise the value of diversity in every sense and actively encourage candidates from diverse backgrounds to apply. For more information and a list of our current openings, please see the jobs page." And essentially, this is just them saying that, hey, we want people from all over the world to come and join us, come join our studio, we want to expand, which is, really cool. So now let's move on to the Who We Are page. On this page, we see another landing image with a collaboration of the artwork that we've seen before mixed with their new metal logo. Now let's scroll down a bit and see the next section, which is our story. Here's what they had to say. "Our team has its origins origins in a Hypixel Network minigame server, which was established in 2013 and subsequently became one of the most popular independent game servers in the world. We have served millions of players and launched dozens of games through our work as modders. And along the way, Hypixel has become a beloved brand among fans of the block game genre. Hypixel Studios was born out of a desire to take this experience and go pro, to grow from a mod team to a professional development studio and to build games that empower our players to begin their own creative journeys. We established a company and announced our first project, Hytale, in 2018. Hypixel Studios was subsequently acquired by Riot Games in 2020. We continue to operate independently while leveraging Riot's expertise, technology and resources to support development of Hytale. Another fascinating thing to read up on, I absolutely love how they are just so passionate for this game. Okay, the next section is about their values. Here's what they had to say. We strive to create an environment where people want to be and actively participate. We want to attract those that are aligned with our company and product mission. Our team, even with opportunities elsewhere, chooses to be here. We expect them to continue to make that choice to be here every day. After this, continue with that responsibility goes both ways, saying, we acknowledge that everybody who works here makes an active choice to do so in spite of other opportunities. We actively seek to earn that choice. We recruit individuals whose talent would give them their pick of other places to work. We expect that they choose to be here because they align with specific aspects of Hypixel Studios' mission, values and culture. And finally, they wrap this up saying, we're sharing our values on this page because we want to give potential applicants a sense of who we are as a team and the principles that we stand behind as a studio. However, we acknowledge that studios must continually adapt to meet new challenges and to safeguard the health and well-being of their staff. This is a living document that we expect to evolve alongside the company. Wow, the team doesn't end just there and explains their values and what makes Hypixel Studios the place you should choose to be. This goes on for a while, explaining many things regarding job positions on the team, so we're not going to touch on it too much. But if you're interested in reading the full thing, we'll leave the website link in the description below, so after the video be sure to give it a read. Alright, now let's move on to everyone's favourite page as well as section for today's video, which is Hytale. Starting off, we're met with another landing page with some artwork we've seen before as well as the logo. There's also a button which will redirect you back to the Hytale's website to learn more. The first section for this page is titled A World of Adventure and Creativity, with subtext Evolving the Block Game, saying our first standalone game, Hytale, represents our desire to take everything we've learned in the block game genre and apply it to a new game that empowers modders and content creators while offering a deep adventure and mini-games experience. Moving on, we see a new title that says +1 times Infinity, saying Hytale is an iteration on an established genre meeting the world's most empowered community. The truest measure of success for a game or any creative endeavour is when it transcends from being the output of its original creators into something that is collectively owned by its community. +1 represents our effort to build a game that iterates on a sandbox adventure genre in such a way that it forms a platform that the infinite, our players, will build meaningful and resonant experiences on, experiences that in return have the capacity to become cornerstones of our players' identities. Okay, so I really like this +1 mentality, to always aim to +1 everything in the block game genre. It really just shows how they really care about this whole genre and really their origins on Minecraft, and really it's nice to see them really saying to the players, hey, we want you guys to expand your creativity. Now let's move over to the next section, or should I say sections, which has a whole load of things the Hytale team says about the game. I go over them one by one now, so get ready. Okay, so the first one is empower and support modders, saying Hytale was born out of passion and necessity. We know what it is like to build a sandcastle in someone else's sandbox. We understand the trials and tribulations that have formed us into what we are today, and thus we build Hytale with that experience in mind. Those that wish to follow our origin story should have space and the support to do so. Okay, and the next section is titled Everything We Do is by and for the players, saying a passionate team built from players who represent portions of the audience deeply emphasize with their needs and are excited to build strong relationships and lines of communication with our players that inform better development choices. The player is always at the center of our universe. This next section is all about the editing capabilities, titled Edit Everything Together, saying we're making the generation and consumption of user-generated content a cooperative and fun experience. We minimize barriers to entry and democratize game development so our community can easily serve its own needs for novelty and innovation. While remaining in our ecosystem, we freely place tools in our players' hands. The next point is all about the social aspects of the game, titled Natively Social, saying we bring community building activities such as a social hub and mini games into the core game experience, and further build upon the successes that Hypixel has demonstrated are possible here. I love how they're just bringing the mini games into the core of the game, as well as having a friends list built into the menu itself. I can't wait to see them execute it. The next point is titled Uniquely Positioned, saying we use our genre expertise to identify which parts of gameplay would benefit from a +1, should be maintained, scrapped, or overhauled. We do not fear the pain caused by having to reinvent the wheel if it means it's now the right wheel for players and ourselves as developers. We're willing to pay high prices to do it right if the situation truly demands. Alright, and the next point is about genres and how flexible Hytale is with them, titled No Genre is Off Limits, saying we will investigate any trending game genre or minigame if there's a desire for it and a bandwidth exists. We welcome and cherish the opportunity to showcase other IPs to our audience. We understand that the natural process is that players will export from our ecosystem, sometimes within our community, or to other games. And nearing the end of the sections now titled Lo-Fi and Hi-X, the team says, since our audience is composed of a wide spectrum of tastes and desires, we must serve them with rapidly and efficiently built assets. Even though assets are low fidelity, we still aspire to hit the bar when it comes to player expectations. The next section is really interesting as it's titled Eat Your Fill, saying the size of experience is defined by the player. A frictionless, responsive game loop is central to the success of minigames. Players should be able to flow in and out of game experiences in just seconds. Wait time should be minimal and players should rarely be forced off their character controls unless they choose to be. I absolutely love how they want to make the server switching experience extremely seamless. This can lead to so many amazing projects with seamless server swapping. I can't wait to see how it's going to be used. And finally, our last section is all about online safety and security, titled Hearth and Home, saying we want every player to feel safe, respected and represented, and at home in the Hytale community. We provide our players with the tools and information they need to protect themselves online. And finally we're done. Man, that was a lot to read. And oh, never mind, I just read the script and we got one more page to cover. Okay, the revamped jobs page. As you can see here, it's extremely similar to the previous one, but they treated us with some tips before applying with some adorable little Quebec art. How cute are these little guys? Am I right? Like, look at them. Look at them. We're not going to go over the job positions again, as we covered them in the previous videos, but as always, if you're interested in applying, the link is below in the description. And that wraps up today's video. So thank you so much for watching this video, and what are your guys' thoughts on the new website? It looks absolutely amazing in my opinion. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, how about you press that like and subscribe button? If you guys want to talk to us personally, as well as 9,800 other Hytale activists, feel free to join our Discord with the link below. As always, my name has been Jamble, and this is Hytale News, and we'll see you all soon in the next video. Bye!